All right, so chapter 14, human remains. Again, these PowerPoint slides were specifically created to help you answer questions 1 through 18. So what do anthropologists study? Anthropologists study human anatomy, variability, evolution, and culture. How? Skeletons whose identities are unknown analyze decomposed bodies such as burned, mummified, skeletonized. Information gathered from skeletal features is the principal source of information about an unidentified individual. Okay? And they also search an area for remains and help in recovering them. So what can skeletal remains reveal about the identity of a person? Skeletal remains reveal whether the remains are human, the age, the sex, race, when death occurred, the cause of death, the height, any anomalies, or diseases. And then, how are animal bones different from human bones? Does anybody remember? How are animal bones different from human bones? Okay, so yeah, so animal bones are different in size and shape. So obviously, depending on what the animal is, right? And then animals form a regular pattern of osteons, and then humans form an irregular pattern of osteons. So what is the difference between tendons and ligaments? So guys, this is a very important one. So tendons connect muscle to bone, okay? And then ligaments connect bone to bone. So again, tendons connect muscle to bone and ligaments connect bone to bone. And then what are the functions of the skeleton? The skeleton provides structure, rigidity, protects soft tissue and internal organs, provides sites for muscle attachment, allows for movement, stores minerals, and houses sites that produce red blood cells. And then how do we explain the height of an individual? How can that be estimated from the skeleton? So remember, exactly, good job. So remember, the height can be estimated if one or more of the long bones are present. Okay, mathematical equations can be used to determine male or female height, knowing the length of a particular long bone. So if you remember, we had different equations for male, different for female, and then different ones for the different long bones, right? And then what are the differences between male and female bones? So remember, using the os pubis, the subpubic angle is larger in females, okay? Yeah, exactly. So if you remember the angle, it's basically like the round, the circular part. Okay. And then the pubic body is also wider in females. So remember, females just in general have a wider hip. And then females have a ventral arc. In the skull, the male has a more square chin, a wider zygomatic arch, a larger mastoid process, and a larger mandible than the female. And then the 4 stages of epiphyseal union. So 1, there's no growth plate. 2, growth plate exists but is not attached. 3, growth plate is attached but still identifiable. 4, growth plate is attached and then smoothed over. There's also a YouTube video on that. And then what is the function of cranial sutures? So remember, cranial sutures allow for the growth of the skull. And then when are the cranial sutures completely closed? So if you remember, in males, cranial sutures close after age 35, and in females, cranial sutures close after age 50. So how does the symphysial face on the os pubis change as a person ages? So the symphysial face first rubs together and smooths as a person ages. Then later in life begins to break down.